Hi guys, this is Equinox, speedrunner for Talos Principle 2, getting into Reawakened like everybody else, I guess. I just wanted to record a quick video today because I know that some people have been asking for feedback on their puzzles. While I don't have time to kind of record for each and every puzzle, that's something I might start doing later on. I just wanted to go through like one puzzle in particular, just to kind of demo to you guys how we would think about things, sort of in order to break them, of course. So hopefully that will kind of help give you some idea of how to maybe improve designs or make them maybe a bit more speedrun proof if that's your thing. Okay, so let's start with this one, right? So this is basically a puzzle or an episode which contains multiple puzzles. Okay, so first of all, let me switch this off because this is, yeah. Okay, so this is great. Okay, like I really enjoyed playing through this. It's called A Reawakening. So when we've got multiple puzzles like this, okay, the first thing that pops into my head is that we can basically use elements from different puzzles to make other stuff easier. So let me just give an example here. So, all right, so this is the very, well, I mean, there's no order really, but this is kind of the first puzzle. Let me just lower my audio because this is a bit, yeah, it gets a bit crazy in here. So this is like a cool puzzle. Okay, so I guess we would need to kind of stabilize that in the middle to be able to hit that. However, what we can do here is, since there's a jammer that's kind of easily available, right? We can just jam that. I have no idea if this is the intended way or not. Um, uh, so yeah, so I have the connector. So yeah, can jump up here, no problem. As you can see, sort of having a ledge like this makes it easy to kind of get something out as well if I need to. One second. So I can just jump out there if I want to. Yeah. Okay, so take a note, guys. If you're trying to kind of make something that's maybe a little bit harder to exploit, that is kind of your number one thing to avoid, right? So let me see if this works here. Yeah. So I think the difference between Reawakened and TP2 is that I would suppose that in TP2 that would fall down. I guess the physics sort of for buildings are a little bit straighter. Okay, so another thing that we can do, all right, and this is common between both games, is kind of the jammer pull, if you want to call it that. So I've jammed this fan, so I'm standing on a cube here. And if I let go, uh, I'll basically have air control, which is something that normally you don't get when you're traveling on a fan. So just to show you, um, yeah, so I can't really go anywhere here. But if I actually pull this, right? So there you go. All right, so I could get off the ledge easy. I know that that's not the idea here, but let's just put that down. So let's solve this puzzle. Yeah, all right, so I could climb up there. So I guess now you can figure out what's gonna happen. Let me just try and get this exact. Woo. So there is kind of like a biting point that you can hit here. So yeah, there you go. All right, so that saves a lot of fuss to solve the puzzle, I guess. Does it? It should. I don't know what happened here. Okay, so probably we need to, and just go back a sec. All right, so I think we need to hit the other ones as well. Uh, Yeah, all right, there we go. All right, so before you might have realized that I got the jammer out as well. So this is something we can obviously use to make certain puzzles very trivial. But in the meantime, I guess we can do this one. It's a quick one. So yeah, I've already done this before, so I know kind of what the path is. Um, uh, I hope I won't spoil too much here, but basically I can get the keys. All right, so another thing to take care of when you're designing these puzzles is to really play test like the distance that you put certain things at. Because, for example, I guess the idea here, the intention would be to kind of lure this out, kind of have it chase you around, dodge it, and then kind of come back and get the star, right? So let's just do that. So yeah, I got the star there, right? So kind of that trivializes it a bit. As you can see, I got the star. So one of the things with the rewind mechanic is that if you get a star and you rewind, you'll keep it anyway. So that's good. Like from a speedrunning perspective, that's really good for us because it means we can like backtrack easily if we need to. But obviously for a design, it might be a bit frustrating to see like to see it being broken so easily. All right, so we'll come to this in a minute. I guess we can go here. Yeah. So this is also another cool puzzle. We're meant to kind of use the record mechanic here, um, but you'll see how how we can get around that. I'm not a big fan of the mechanic personally. I think it's like from a speedrunning perspective, it uses up a lot of time. Obviously, if you need to do it, you need to do it. But if there are ways that you can avoid it, that would be great. So another thing here is that there are whenever there is a switch that is close to like a fan or something, then this has potential to make something a bit more trivial. Okay, so it means I can gain height, and sort of added height is like the currency of speedrunning, right? So if we can jump over barriers, if we can get around stuff, the first thing we're gonna look for is how to get high, basically. So all right, so here we've got a connector, right? And I forgot what they call these. Is the sockets? Or let's just call it sockets, right? Uh, we can just place that here when it lets me. Let me see, I might, yeah, the cube might be blocking that, so let's just throw it this way. Yep, all right. So this is working, okay? It's fine. I could just jump off here. Usually that would maybe be a sliding platform or something, so you can't really find balance on it. Okay, so there we go. All right, so hold that thought right there. So something we can do as well. So I mentioned in the beginning that it becomes when you have like multiple puzzles in the same area, right? Not separated by episode. It does become easy to create setups. And this is true of the normal game as well, by the way. So we do actually use that in certain places. Is that we can basically do this instead. So normally you'd need to kind of really kind of break your head around how to sort of get this, and then there's multiple interceptions here, you know, so paths crossing each other. We basically avoid all that, and we can just do, well, not that one. There it was. Yeah, all right. So that's done. Let me check if I can gem this or not. Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, actually another thing. So these platforms right now are have a collider. Okay, so it's something we can actually jump on. And when there is a barrier which is maybe too short, okay, because we can jump over the jump on the sign, it's very easy to just jump over the fence like that. All right, so I think we can go back. Yeah, so I have my jammer back. Again, rewind mechanic, very useful, thank you. So let's see what else we can do here. Um, yeah, I think this was not worth breaking. It's like a very easy puzzle, which is great for beginners, I guess. Um, so yeah. Yeah, actually fences are great because you can't jam them. So even if you do break a jammer out, there's not much you can do unless you kind of can like jump the barrier. So we have that, we have that. Yeah, so yeah, so this is the last one, I think. So first thing here is like as a speedrunner, I would say, okay, I definitely need a cube to like be able to climb up. So obviously there is one. Let me see if I can get it though. Maybe not this one, but yeah, so let's see if I don't think the reverse works. It's been too short of a time. Well, that's strange. I can drop this from yeah, so I don't know why it was working before and now it isn't. All right, let's get the other ones fine. So another thing about the geometry is that sometimes it can be really inconsistent. So you really need to kind of take care of which geometry you use. Um, uh, so it could like, especially in TP2, the same geometry sometimes has different behavior. So it's basically our way of finding tricks is like just run into everything and see what works, which actually works quite better than you'd expect. So, all right, so I guess we've got, where is it? I've lost it. Okay. Um, so yeah, so puzzle looks very nice, sure. Um, let's see if we can, yeah. All right, and that's kind of like an easy jump. So I didn't even go into the puzzle, right? That's how trivialized some of them can become. Again, this is not to say that like the designer has done a crap job. It's just I just wanted to make a video to kind of show you guys how we would go about things. I hope this has been helpful. If not, obviously, let me know and I'll just keep these privately. But I would like to do more of these videos because I think they can be helpful um, uh, to kind of help you guys. So yeah, let me know. Thanks.